Okay, so this week, in addition to learning about pixlr, we have also been talking about emphasis using color. So for this week, your art project is to use pixlr, and I want you to change an image to put emphasis on some subject, okay, using color. And it's not too difficult. So what I want you to do is you are going to search for an image. If you have an image you want to use that you take, that's even better, but you don't have to. I'm just going to show you what you can do by using a stock search. Okay. So let's say you like candy. You can use candy and search for that. But for me, I'm going to search for city dog. So I'm going to find an image of a dog that I want to put emphasis on. And so many cute dogs. Um, I like this one, but I'm going to choose this because it will really show you what happens. So once again, I'm going to choose web. We don't want any large files. All right. So I have this image here, and you can see there's this colorful tree, and then there's this dog here. Now, both of these, it is a really good photo because your eye goes around and you can look at the dog and you look at the tree again, and maybe even some of the background. So it's a very nice photo. But let's say I want to emphasize the dog. I love my dog, and I don't want anything distracting from my dog. So what do I do? Well, I'm going to make the dog the focus of this picture by making it colorful. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to choose a photo which has something you want to emphasize with color. Okay? Now, I have this background layer. You remember me talking about layers in Pixlr. I am going to choose a layer from up at the top, right? You have file, edit, image, layer, and I am going to duplicate that layer, basically copy that layer. So now I have the background and I have the background copy. It's the exact same picture. Okay. Now that I have the background copy, next I'm going to go to adjustment and I'm going to go down to desaturate. In other words, take out the color. So now I have one layer with the color in the background, the color photo, and then I have a layer on top of it that is basically black and white. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to make it so that the dog is in color, but the rest of the stuff is in black and white. So I'm emphasizing the dog using color. Okay. So how do I do that? Well, let's go ahead and go to the erase tool. You remember me talking about the erase tool and the different brushes? I'm going to choose a hard brush. So not one of these soft brushes, okay? I'm going to choose a hard brush, but I'm not going to choose a square one because the dog is not a very square creature. I'm going to choose a round brush, but it's still hard. The edge is still hard. I'm going to go with a small one first. The size is 10 pixels, which is fine for right now. And I'm going to just enlarge that. And I'm going to take this hand part here, this hand, and I'm going to use that to kind of grab the picture to where I want it to go. Let me enlarge this just a little bit so you can really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go back to the eraser. I'm going to make sure I'm on the background copy. Okay, not on background copy on the black and white layer. And I'm just going to erase where the dog is. And what's going to happen? Look. So the color from the background layer appears because I'm erasing that black and white layer. Right? So I'm not going to do this too carefully. I want you guys to take your time and do it carefully. I don't want you to go like that and kind of mess things up. No. I want you to take your time and do this. Okay. This is practice. You have to get used to the tools. in order to be a good artist. I'm not the best artist, but I do have experience using digital tools, many different things, okay? And when I used to work at the Japanese toy company, I had to do things like this. And it took a while, it took time, okay? I'm not gonna go through all of this because I don't wanna make this video super long. So I'm just gonna go through and do his head. So I can, enlarge that brush a bit. I'll make it 20 pixels and kind of make that easier on me. Okay. All right. So if I go back a bit, we can see that, hey, look. So now my eye goes right to that dog face, my dog, my lovely dog. It goes right to that dog face, and I have used color as emphasis in the picture, okay? And you have also not only used the color as emphasis in the picture, but you have gotten practice with a very important tool, using layers and using the erase tool. So this is a very good art project for you to do before you do your main art project for color next week. All right, so now that I have done that, I'm going to go ahead, turn that in, right? I'm going to submit that. So I'm going to take that file and I'm going to save it. Okay, once again, I'll choose JPEG. I'm going to rename that to my dog. I'm going to put it on medium again. I don't want the file to be too large, and I'm going to download it. Okay, so now that I have downloaded it, you should be able to submit it to the Friday assignment, and that's it. Okay, it shouldn't take too long for you to do. Again, if you need any help, you just ask while we're in class, or if you're doing it outside of class too, you can message me and I can try to help you outside of class as well.